Hello, you lovely people out there. Hope you guys are doing amazing. This is your friend Ashish. And guys, today we are going to talk about pre and post modifiers in English. As some of you guys have been requesting me for this lesson, and here I am making this lesson just for you. So, in this lesson today, we are going to learn what is a pre-modifier, what is a post-modifier, what comes in a pre-modifier, what comes in a post-modifier, how do we use them, how do we place them, and we also going to have a quiz at the end of the lesson. So this is going to be a very interesting lesson. Make sure you watch it till the end. We can love this one. Let's do it. So guys, let us understand first what is a modifier. A modifier is nothing but a word or sometimes a group of words that modifies or changes the meaning of a noun or a verb. Alright, it modifies a noun or a verb. So basically, we have two modifiers in English. These are adjectives and adverbs. Alright, but in this lesson, we are not going to talk about adverbs. Alright, I already have a lesson on adverbs, so you guys can check that out. In this lesson, we are only going to talk about adjectives. Alright, so we have two types of modifier based on the position, guys. Alright, these are pre-modifiers and post-modifiers. What is a pre-modifier? Now guys, when a word or a group of word comes before the noun it modifies, it is called a pre-modifier, right? That is why it is called a pre-modifier, because it comes before the noun it modifies. And what is a post-modifier? Very simple. It comes after the noun it modifies, and that is why it is called a post-modifier. Now, what comes in a pre-modifier? In a pre-modifier, we have five things. Number one, determiners. Number two, present participles. Number three, past participles. Number four, adjectives. And number five, nouns. Nouns? Do nouns also work as adjectives? Yeah, they do. I'll tell you how. Now, what comes in a post-modifier? In a post-modifier, we have six things. Number one, a relative clause. Number two, a prepositional phrase. Number three, a present participle phrase. Number four, an infinitive or an infinitive phrase. And number five, an appositive or an appositive phrase. So we are going to start with the pre-modifier. First, we'll look at the first pre-modifier, which is a determiner. What is a determiner in English? A determiner, guys, is nothing but a word or a group of words that determines a noun. Now, we have four types of determiners. These are articles, a and the, demonstratives, this, that, these, those, possessive pronouns, my, your, his, her, their, are, its, and quantifiers. Some, few, many, a lot, a few, the few, right? So not a lot of people know that articles are also modifiers. They're also adjectives. How? Let me show you how. I need a book. Here, a is an article, an indefinite article. And it is also working as a modifier. It is also working as an adjective. You guys will ask me, how is a working as an adjective? See, it modifies the noun book. It gives information about it. First of all, I need a book. That means one book. And I need any book. A also refers to any indefinite book, right? I need a book, and that could be any book, right? But the moment I say I need the book, now I am referring to a specific book, a particular book. So again, that is a modifier here, a definite article that's modifying the noun book, but a particular book, a specific book, right? So not a lot of people know that articles are also adjectives. These are also modifiers. Now you guys know, all right? The second is demonstratives. This, that, these, those, right? This guy is amazing. That guy is stupid. I love this car. Those people are stupid. So all these words, this, that, these, those, these also work as modifiers. These are also adjectives. Why? Because these words give information about the noun, right? This guy, which guy? This guy. Indicating a specific person, indicating a number, which is one, and indicating a particular person. This guy, all right? That car. I need that car, right? Which car? That car. So demonstratives also are modifiers, also are adjective, and since they come before the noun they modify, we call them pre-modifiers. All right. The next is possessive pronouns. My, your, his, her, their, are, its. All right. That is your car. Whose car? Your car. So your is a modifier, is a possessive pronoun that's giving information about the noun car. Whose car? Your car. Right. So possessive pronouns also are modifiers, also are adjectives, give information about a noun. All right. The last type of a determiner is a quantifier. All right. A quantifier quantifies a noun, gives information about the number of the noun. All right. Some, few, a few, the few, many, several. I have some students to teach. What students? Some students, referring a particular number that is indefinite. All right. I have a positive number of students to teach. Right. We had many memories with this batch. All right. Memories, many memories, right? Referring to a number that is again unspecific. So quantifiers also are modifiers, are also adjectives that give information about a noun. All right. Now the second type of a pre-modifier is a present participle. Now what is a present participle? Very simple. A present participle is an ing form of a verb, but it does not work as a verb. It works as an adjective. All right. So now we'll have some examples. We'll take one noun and we'll modify the heck out of it. We'll take a noun which is person and we'll modify it. All right. A smiling person always looks good, which is true. A smiling person always looks good. So smiling, guys, is the present participle ending with ing and modifying the noun person. Which person? A smiling person. A smiling person always looks good. So smiling is the present participle that's modifying the noun person, giving information about it. What kind of a person always looks good? A sad person? A demotivated person? No, a smiling person. All right. Let's give more information about the person. A crying person does not look good. So crying here is again a present participle ending with ing, working as an adjective. Why? Because it's giving information about the noun person. What kind of a person does not look good? A crying person, a person who is crying does not look good. A crying person does not look good. So smiling and crying are present participle that's modifying the noun person, right? And why are they called pre-modifiers? Because these are coming before the noun they modify. All right. Next type of a pre-modifier, past participles. Now, what is a past participle? A past participle is a third form of a verb that again works as an adjective. Very simple. It is a third form of a verb that works as an adjective. Let's take some example. Let's modify the heck out of the noun person. A demotivated person cannot achieve anything in life, which is true. So demotivated here is the past participle, third form of the verb demotivate. What kind of a person cannot achieve anything in life? A demotivated person, a person who is demotivated. So demotivated is the past participle working as an adjective, giving information about the noun person, modifying it, telling us what kind of a person cannot achieve anything in life. A person who is demotivated, a demotivated person. I can also say a motivated person can do anything, which is true. If you're motivated, you can do anything. So here motivated is again the past participle, third form of the verb motivate, and modifying the noun person. What kind of a person can do anything? A motivated person. Let's take one more example. We need some educated people to run this country. What kind of people do we need to run this country? We need educated people. All right. So educated is the past participle, third form of the verb educate, working as a modifier, working as an adjective. Why? Because it is giving information about the noun people. What kind of people? Educated people we need to run this country. The next type of pre-modifier we have is adjectives. Adjectives are words that describe or qualify a noun, right? Good, bad, tall, smart, lazy. All these words are adjectives, all right? Let's take some examples. You are a good person. What kind of a person are you? a good person. All right. I is also a modifier. Good again is an adjective. Person is the noun. Right. She cannot marry a fat person. What kind of a person she cannot marry? Fat person. A article, fat, adjective, person, noun. So fat is the adjective here, modifying the noun person. What kind of a person she cannot marry? Fat person. It is difficult to find an honest person, which is quite true because everybody lies. So, honest is an adjective here, modifying the noun person, giving information about it. What kind of a person is difficult to find? A person who is honest, an honest person. Now, the next type of a pre-modifier we have is a noun. Now, you guys will ask me, how can a noun work as an adjective? It can, my friend. Let me show you how it can. So, I make YouTube videos, you guys know, right? Oh, wait, what kind of videos do I make? I make YouTube videos. So, YouTube is a noun basically, but it is modifying the word videos because it is giving information about the noun videos. What kind of videos do I make? I make YouTube videos, all right? So, YouTube is a noun basically, but here it's working as an adjective, modifying the noun videos. She is not a school teacher. What teacher? School teacher. So school is working as an adjective here, working as a modifier here. And since it's coming before the noun, it is called a pre-modifier. My father is doing some office work right now. What kind of work is he doing right now? Office work. So office is modifying the noun work. So guys, if you look at all these words, all these nouns, YouTube, school, office, these are actually nouns. YouTube is name of a platform. School is a name of a place. Office is a name of a place. But these words, all these nouns are working as modifiers, working as adjectives because these are giving information about the nouns videos, teacher, and work. Right? So that's how a noun can also work as an adjective. That's how a noun can also work as a pre-modifier. Now, guys, one important thing you have to take care of. You always have to place the pre-modifier just before the noun it modifies and after a determiner. If you also have a determiner before it, so make sure you put the determiner first, then the modifier, right? Apart from the determiner, all the pre-modifiers, and then the noun it modifies. So the structure should be first the determiner, then any of the pre-modifiers except a determiner, then the noun it modifies. All right. So you cannot say my father is doing office some work. That's incorrect. First the determiner, some, then the modifier office, then the noun work. My father is doing some office work. All right. You cannot say we need motivated these people. No, you cannot say that. First the determiner, these, then the modifier motivated, then the noun people. We need these motivated people. All right. So that's something you have to take care of. Always keep this thing in your mind. First the determiner, then the modifier, then the noun it modifies. Now, guys, let's talk about a post modifier. We already know a post modifier is a modifier that comes after the noun it modifies post the noun. That is why we're calling it a post modifier. So in a post modifier, we have six things: prepositional phrase, a relative clause, a present participle phrase, a past participle phrase, and an infinitive. So we'll start with the first post modifier, a prepositional phrase. Look at the girl in the blue top. Look at the girl in the blue top. So in the blue top is a prepositional phrase that's working as an adjective, that's working as a modifier, giving information about the noun girl. Which girl? In the blue top. Which girl are you telling me to look at? Look at the girl in the blue top is a prepositional phrase starting with the preposition in and modifying, giving information about the noun girl. Look at the girl. Which girl? In the blue top. He is a man of his words. He is a man of his words. What kind of a man? Of his words. He's a man of his words. So, of his words is a prepositional phrase starting with the prepositional of, modifying the noun man. So, that's how a prepositional phrase works as a modifier, works as a post modifier. It always comes after the noun. It cannot come before the noun it modifies. It always comes after the noun it modifies. The next type of a post modifier is a relative clause. A relative clause is a clause that starts with a relative pronoun and modifies a noun that comes just before it. All right, let me show you an example. A man who never gives up always wins the game. A man, what kind of a man? Who never gives up. So, who never gives up is the relative clause starting with the relative pronoun who and modifying the noun man. What kind of a man always wins the game? Not all the men in the world win the game. No, a man who never gives up always wins the game. So, who never gives up is the relative clause working as a post modifier because it's coming just after the noun it modifies. It's a post modifier. Next example. She is the girl whom I love, or she's the girl who I love. So, whom I love or who I love is the relative clause coming next to the noun girl and modifying it. Which girl? Whom I love. She's the girl whom I love. So, whom I love is giving information about the noun girl. It's helping us to identify that girl. She's the girl. Which girl? Whom I love, who I love. All right. So, that's how a relative clause works as a modifier, works as an adjective, and it always comes after the noun it modifies. The next type of a post modifier is a present participle phrase. A present participle phrase. You already know what is a present participle. Here we have a present participle phrase working as a post modifier. Let's take some examples. The guy standing next to Ria is a thief. A guy standing next to Ria is a thief. Which guy? Which guy are we talking about? We are talking about the guy standing next to Ria. Who is standing next to Ria? So, standing next to Ria is a present participle phrase starting with the present participle standing, working as a modifier, working as an adjective. Why? Because it is giving information about the noun guy. Which guy? Standing next to Ria. Next example. The children wearing the red dress are from my school. Which children am I talking about? Which children? Very simple. Children wearing the red dress. So, wearing the red dress is the present participle phrase starting with the present participle wearing, giving information about the noun children and modifying it. Which children am I talking about? Children who are wearing the red dress. So, that's how a present participle phrase works as a post modifier. A present participle can also come before the noun it modifies and can also come after the noun it modifies. All right, the next type of a post modifier we have is a past participle phrase. A past participle phrase, a phrase that starts with a past participle and works as a modifier and adjective. Let me show you how. The man arrested by the police is a serial killer. The man? Which man? Which man is a serial killer? The man arrested by the police is a serial killer. So, arrested by the police is a past participle phrase starting with the past participle arrested. Third form of the verb, arrest. The man arrested by the police is a serial killer. So, arrested by the police is the past participle phrase working as a modifier, working as an adjective, giving information about the noun men. Which men? The men arrested by the police. If you guys look at closely, a past participle phrase is nothing but a short version of a relative clause. So we can also say the man who is arrested by the police is a serial killer. So that's something you should know. Let's take one more example. I am living in a house built by my grandfather. So built by my grandfather is my past participle phrase starting with the past participle built, giving information about the noun house. Which house am I living in? A house built by my grandfather. I'm living in a house which is built by my grandfather. So guys, that's how a past participle phrase works as a modifier because it comes after the noun it modifies. It is called a post modifier. It comes in a post modifier. It can also come before the noun it modifies. But in that case, it is only going to be a word, not a phrase. The next type of a post modifier we have is an infinitive or an infinitive phrase. Now, what is an infinitive? An infinitive is nothing but 2 plus first form of the verb that works as a noun or an adjective or an adverb. All right, here it's gonna work as an adjective. Let me show you how. I have a lot of people to meet today. I have a lot of people. What kind of people? For what purposes? To meet today. All right. I have a lot of people that I have to meet. I have a lot of people to meet today. So to meet is an infinitive that's giving information about the noun people. What people? To meet today. All right. Let's take one more example. He is looking for a girl to marry. Why is he looking for a girl? What kind of a girl? A girl to marry. So to marry is an infinitive that's working as a modifier that's giving information about the noun girl. What kind of a girl? A girl that he can marry, right? So he's looking for a girl to marry. So that's how an infinitive works as a post modifier, because it comes after the noun it modifies. It comes in a post modifier. Now let's look at the last type of a post modifier, an appositive or an appositive phrase. Now what is an appositive? Okay, it's very simple. An appositive in English is nothing but a word or a group of words that renames a noun, that renames the subject of the sentence. Simple. Let me show you how. My friend Mangesh is a YouTuber. So Mangesh here is my appositive here because it's renaming the noun, it's renaming the subject friend. My friend, whose name is Mangesh, is a YouTuber. So Mangesh is a post modifier here, giving information about the noun friend. What is his name? Mangesh. All right. Sanjeev Kapoor, a very popular chef in India, is working on a reality show. So a very popular chef in India is an appositive phrase renaming the subject Sanjeev Kapoor. Sanjeev Kapoor, a very popular chef in India. That's information about the noun Sanjeev Kapoor, right? And since it's a non-essential information, we are using commas to offset it. Right, so that's how an appositive or an appositive phrase can also work as a modifier, and since it comes after the noun it modifies, it is called a post modifier. So guys, that was about today's lesson. I'm pretty sure you enjoyed this lesson. I am pretty sure that you learned a lot of new things today. That lesson was very comprehensive. I'm telling you, I did not leave anything that could have been there that I did not put in. So make sure you go through this lesson one more time if you did not understand anything, if you left anything out. All right, and if you like the lesson, give me a thumbs up, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and guys, share this lesson with your friends, with the people that you know, so that they can also be benefited. And I'll see you very soon. Till then, keep learning, have fun. I am out.